All right, good evening, everybody. It's me, it's me again. And if you are joining me for the first time, I'm doing a 7-day life challenge because I'm in the middle of a social media course, and my social media coach gave me a challenge of doing seven lives every day. I mean, seven Facebook lives and one each day for 7 consecutive days. So today is day 2. And so if you watched yesterday was my very first one at Facebook Live. And for those of you who watched it, thank you very much for watching. And for those of you that gave a like or a love symbol and leave comments, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I guess that's very important for any Facebook Live videos. The more likes and more comments that a video has, the Facebook algorithm will think it's more important. If it's more important, then it will show it to more people. So thank you very much for doing that. And next is, yesterday I talked about health, the importance of health, especially physical health, because without good physical health, if without that, no matter what we do, it wouldn't mean anything, right? So that's the most important part. And I got some very good positive feedbacks about them, and thank you for all the feedbacks. And today I want to talk about one of my friends asked me, talk about this social media coach thing. Why are you doing this, or what's the story behind it? So that's today. I will talk a little bit about why I'm doing this, what I'm doing, why this social media coach and challenge and classes and things like that. But before I begin, it all comes back to health, really, because the reason I'm doing this is because since 1995, when I was in high school, right? That's when I first started get into computers and start using a lot of keyboards and computers. The smartphone didn't exist at the time. We had beepers and like those really mobile phones that can only call. So since high school around 1995, I remember the first thing, it was really big. It was called America Online, AOL. So immediately I got an AOL account with the email and the instant messenger and everything. I just thought it was really cool. And so I started to use that since 1995. So today, in 2023, I've been using computers, either for work or for personal pleasure, that's how many years? That's almost 30 years, I think. So, and I think a lot of people are like me, has been using computers and phones for a long time. And what happened is that last year, I started to experiencing, pain on my wrists, on my neck, on my, shoulders and the lower back from using the computer for such a long time and for so long, especially during COVID in 2019, 2020, when during COVID, nobody went out, so everybody was on a computer, including me, and I was doing a lot of Instagram, Facebook on every single day. During that time, it was, over 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for a long time since COVID. So last year, I started to experiencing a lot of pain on my body. So like a lot of people, we go to our family doctors, right? So when I went to family doctors, family doctor just tells me, here, go to Walgreens or CVS or Walmart or Target, get some pain pills. Then it'll stop your pain, you'll be fine. So that's what I did, right? And he was right. It did stop my pain, but temporarily. When I keep doing my computer work, the pain comes back after the pills wears out. So I was thinking, okay, it stops pain, but it doesn't fix the root of the problem, because any problem that we have, it doesn't matter if it's a physical pain or any type of problems we have, we want to go to the root of the problem and fix it so we can fix that for good, right? And I thought his way was not, didn't work. I mean, work temporarily, but it's not, doesn't fix the root of the problem. So I went to, chiropractors, I went to Chinese doctors, I went to acupuncturists, and what they would tell me is, every time I go and visit and they do their thing and my pain goes away, and then they tell me, okay, come back sometime next week, come back. So I went back again, and then same thing happens. Next week, same time, come back again. So after 10, 12 weeks of that, I asked them, so how long do I need to come back? And so they told me, until you don't feel pain anymore, right? Until it's permanently fixed. But then, how long that's gonna take, I don't know, right? I may have to go there for the rest of the life, same, every week, same time every week, and I didn't want to do that. So what happened was, last year I was in a spiritual class, since 2017, and one of my classmates, she lived in Irvine, California, Southern California. She lived there almost 50 years, and then last year she announced that she was moving to Las Vegas to retire. So all our classmates had a welcome dinner for her for moving here to retire. So I went to the dinner as well. So at the dinner, when she saw me, because we didn't see each other during COVID, so it was like 3 or 4 years since she saw me. When she saw me, she was like, Gary, what happened to you? The last time I saw you, you look so bright and so happy and very energetic. But when I see you today, you look very tired, you look sick, you look unhealthy, almost depressed. So I told her, yes, I told her the story about going to the doctors and finding solutions, but I cannot find any permanent solutions. So, and I thought she was going to tell me something, and then all of a sudden she asked me, Gary, do you trust me? And I said, of course, May. Her name is May. And I said, of course, May, I trust you. We're in the same class. I know you for a long time. You have a beautiful family. You had a big success in your business and your work. And of course, I trust you. So she said, okay, then you fill out this form and then give me $50 and then take these 2 blankets home. There was 2 sample blankets that she had. And she told me, put these blankets where they hurt and then do it for 7 days. After 7 days, and call me and tell me what happens. So I listened to her, I filled out the form, gave her $50. I took the 2 square blankets home, and I put one on my right wrist and one on my right shoulder where it was really hurting. And when I was working, and I did that when I was working and also when I was sleeping. She said to put it as long as you can, 24/7 if possible. So I did that. So what happened was, after 7 days, I noticed where I put those blankets on my right side, the wrists and the shoulders, the pain was almost gone. But on the other side, left side, where I didn't have anything, the pain was still there. So I was feeling very, very awkward. I was feeling very awkward because one side have almost no pain, one side was painful. So I called her and said, hey, May, what is this? Are you some type of voodoo witch? Is this some type of witchcraft? Why is this happening? So she said, no. If you're not doing anything, come to my house. I'll explain it to you. So I wasn't doing anything at the time, so I went to her house. Then she started to tell me about how she had used these products herself for the last 20 years. And how she was able to use these products in the last 20 years to help her circle of friends in Southern California, in Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, all over the world, to stay healthy and painless. And at the time, I was really shocked because I never seen this or heard anything like this before, right? So I did because I did a lot of computers. So I went onto Google, I went to YouTube, I went to Baidu, the Chinese website. I went everywhere where I can find information. So after I did that, and everything that she told me about the company and the products and how she was able to help people with it in the last 20 years, everything checked out. And the company has actually been in Asia for over 50 years. It's only been in the US for the last 20 years. But nobody really knows about it because, all the users, they are, usually older in age, like 65, 70 or older. So, people at that age, they've been working their whole life. They want to retire. They want to enjoy life painlessly. So they use the products. But no one really want to share it because, at that age, they want to retire. They don't want to share or do another business about it. So that's how I had an idea, is that, okay, this thing is so great and nobody, especially in the United States, nobody have ever heard about it. So she told me, one day she's like, Gary, I know you make good money doing, computer work, computer engineering or social media. I know you make good money doing that. But, what is money worth if you keep doing that? Your health is only going to go downhill. And the older I get, the faster it goes downhill. So, so what's the point of making all the money when your health is going downhill? That doesn't make any sense. Eventually, like a lot of people today, they work hard their whole life, they save, they invest, and they retire. But at the end of their life, they are painful. Their body's painful. They have a lot of illnesses and diseases. So they spend their life savings paying the hospitals, paying the doctors, and a lot of them eventually get into debt doing that. So she asked me, is that the life that you want? And I thought, no, that's no point of it. I mean, she was right. There's no point of with all them have all that money, but at the end, I'm gonna pay the hospital and doctors. So she said, I'm not young anymore, and but you're young and you speak English. Why don't you go out and share this product and company with American people, English-speaking people? So that way you can help people to become healthier, right? That's a good thing. And when you do that, the company will pay